There's a place where you can observe the natural world unhindered by human existence and overflowing with mountainous beauties. Here you are not at the top of the food chain and can observe apex predators at work as well as full ecosystems thriving. This place is Yellowstone National Park, one of the most well-known parks around the world. Today I will talk about the importance of Yellowstone National Park in hopes to show people how crucial it is to protect naturally beautiful places. After much research on Yellowstone and having read a few books on the park, I feel prepared to share about the raw beauty found inside this place. First, we will look at how the park represents success. Yellowstone National Park was the first park to exist to protect and sustain thousands of species of plants and animals, and has done so very successfully. According to the National Park Service website, this park is home for more than 67 different species of mammals. Bears, wolves, bison, elk, cougars, coyotes, badgers, and many more species are residents to this park. BBC.com says that in 1995, the gray wolf was reintroduced into the park after being wiped out. The addition of these wolves back into the park saved the ecosystems in many of the parts of the park by controlling the elk population and thereby decreasing the burden on plant life and changing even the rivers. The protection of these animals in this park keeps the park wild. Bob Caskey was camping in Yellowstone with his son. They backpacked from their car several miles, then made camp for the night. After dinner at about midnight, the duo heard an ear-piercing roar from a nearby grizzly. The frantic father and son quickly packed up camp and left with the newfound respect for the park and how real it truly is. Not only has the park been a worldwide success, but it is also a pillar of beauty that inspires people everywhere. Yellowstone has an exquisiteness in its landscapes, features, and animals that you simply cannot see anywhere else. This park has a myriad of mountain ranges, many of which are covered in snow year-round. Also, many Great Plains and forests are part of the Yellowstone landscape. It also is home to many geysers, including the legendary Old Faithful. On YellowstonePark.com, it says, discovered in 1870 by the Washburn Expedition, Old Faithful Geyser was named for its frequent and somewhat predictable eruptions, which number more than 1 million since Yellowstone became the world's first national park in 1872. Mark Davis took his family to Yellowstone a few years ago. While visiting, the family was not planning to see the geyser, but because of a wrong turn, they ended up near it. Mark says that it was the best mistake they could have made because Old Faithful was the highlight of his family's trip to Yellowstone. The many animals at the park add to the vivacity and variation that the park has to offer. Close encounters with these wild animals are very likely in Yellowstone and possibly fatal. This is a testament to the realness of the park. David Quammen, writer for Nat Geo magazine, wrote, "We experienced the park as a diorama, but walk just 200 yards off the road into a forested gully or sagebrush flat, and you had better be carrying a canister of bear spray." Not only is the park known for its beauty, but also known for tradition. Yellowstone National Park is an icon for Americans and nature lovers around the world, and visiting is a tradition for so many people. Whether it's to hike, cross-country ski, rock climb, picnic, relax, bird watch, explore, or any of the many other things to do in Yellowstone, people come back year after year to relive their fond memories in the park. Gail Chancellor of Bozeman Daily Chronicle writes, "We've been visiting Yellowstone National Park to cross-country ski nearly every winter over the last 3 decades. This park is also traditional in that it represents what much of America was like before people settled here. This reminds us that it is vital to protect this park and the many others that are like it." Jenny Burkle was visiting Yellowstone with her family during the summer one year. They explored as much of the park as they could and were reluctant to leave. The next year she was back, and the year after that as well. Jenny was obsessed with the land, looking truly natural, and could not get enough. Representing tradition, Yellowstone will always be a popular hotspot for Americans. There is a place where you can observe the natural world unhindered by human existence and overflowing with mountainous beauties. Here you are not at the top of the food chain and can observe apex predators at work as well as full ecosystems thriving. This place is Yellowstone National Park, one of the most well-known parks around the world. Yellowstone is a natural wonder that stands for success, beauty, tradition, and so many more great things. We have to make a conscious effort to protect this place to keep it wild. No place quite like this park is thriving and alive, yet observable by humans. If we do not prioritize preserving this natural beauty, there will soon be nothing to observe.